I'm going to start, I always start with the little pocket piece. And what I do, I've cut it mirrored, so right side is out and this right side is out. So take them apart and make sure that the right sides are facing up. Just split them. And then however it needs to go, however you want it. I just sew them the same way, so when I fold them at the iron, that I'm folding in the same direction. It doesn't matter which direction is up, but it just matters which direction you fold so that your cuts are even and they match up nicely. Doesn't matter how precise you are, it'll always come out a little different on top and bottom. So I cut right at the blade. I always have my blade on, but I don't trim any. It just catches any loose threads that might be coming off. Keep it nice and clean. And rather than trimming between, I usually just sew both, or however many I have. And then split them. And they're both the same way up. So when you flip them back to be right sides together, the cuts will be the same. So then we move to the iron. Okay, I'm at the ironing board and I've got the same side of the pocket piece facing up. I'm going to split them, iron them flat. I'm going to fold over, iron, and fold over again. I will video this the best I can for you. Okay, so here we go. And I have my iron on a cotton setting. You can fold straight to the low part of your cut to make sure it's even. You don't need steam. You can use steam, doesn't really matter. If you catch, straighten it out, fold again. And one more quick iron. Here we go. All right, one more piece. I find that if I iron it first before folding, it tends to stay a little while I'm picking my iron back up. Okay, one more time. All right, now move back to the regular sewing machine. Okay, at the sewing machine we've got our pocket piece that's serged, folded once, folded twice, and we're going to go to the finished side. This is what I do. You can do it once, you can do it twice, you can zigzag, whichever you like. I've set it, let's see if I can get a good close-up. Set it here, excuse the dust. So it's 1/8 inch from here to here. So down once and come back and do another 1/8 over from that, just to keep it nice and flat, and so it doesn't tempt to roll back out from under when it is worn or you put a lining piece in. Let's see if we can focus again. No, we're not going to stay put. Down. There we go. Let's hope I don't knock it. that'll catch in your serging when you're attaching the trim. So there's really no need to back stitch at the end. There's my second line. That's just personal preference. If you like, use a wide zigzag, anything. It may be hard to see, but you've got your 2 lines. And that just catches that nicely and prevents it from wanting to flip back over once it's part of the mask. So we've got 1 done. Repeat that exact same thing with the second side. Like I said, I've done 1/8, and then I'm doing a second 1/8 from that. So this will be at 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. We've got our 2 pieces finished. I'm going to flip them over. We know these were cut the same side. So this is a point where you can take all your little ends. If your pocket edges are wider and overlapping here, I'm gonna have to go here for you can trim them off too. I'm going to go ahead and trim all my loose threads at once. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it helps to have them out of the way. There we go. Got a little one back here. This is the other side, and see on this one you can see my pocket came out a little bit taller, so I'm going to trim that off, make it nice and even. And you should still fall within the serger and 1 loose thread. Okay, so now I've got my pieces lined up. They match because this was the same cut because of the way we've organized and put them together. So I'm going to go here, back to my machine, and just sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance on the curve. There you have that. And there we go. So I'm gonna trim our threads. That's fine. Now it might be hard to see, but you've got your finished stitch here, and what I like to do is cut straight across. Not cutting the finished stitch. This is the, so we're cutting just straight across above the finished stitch. I find this is easier to put the lining on. And I will put that aside and we will start on the outer.